What's up, y'all? We are here today in Babcock Ranch. As you can see behind me, standing in front of Tuckers Cove, the entrance here. This is Lennar's hottest. I don't know how else to describe it except for it's like a country club for families. So right next door, we got 𝒏𝒍𝒍, which is a country club for like adults. It's a typical country club, golf course, tennis, all the adult amenities, all that good stuff. Well, Tuckers Cove is really like very rare. This is probably only the second-ish type community in all of Southwest Florida that I've seen like this. There's one other one not too far from here actually, but this one even then is different in that Tuckers Cove is like straight up, they got amazing amenities. We'll see where they're at with construction today. We're gonna show you that. We're gonna show you the model homes. We're gonna talk about pricing and what it costs to live here. But basically, you're gonna be blown away by the amenities they got here. I mean, we're talking like all the family amenities. Is basically a water park inside this neighborhood is what you're gonna have right in your back door. So stick around, you're gonna wanna see it. You're gonna wanna know what it looks like, what it costs, and where they're at in progress. So we will show that to you here as we come up. So make sure you watch the whole thing. All right, we're here at Tuckers Cove in Babcock Ranch. This is the Palmetto floor plan. This is a Lennar community, and the Palmetto is one of their single-story manor home models, which means it's a 50-foot wide home, 3-car garage. All, as far as I'm aware, if I remember, well, I mean, if they haven't changed anything on me, all of their manor homes are 3-car garage. The Palmetto, it is also known as the Somerville in some of the other neighborhoods. So they do build it elsewhere, but for whatever reason in Babcock Ranch, they changed the names. A little over 2,400 square foot, 3-bed and a den, 3-bath, 3-car garage. This is by far their most popular floor plan in this series. And personally, I thought it was a pretty great layout when they came out with it. Sold a ton of them when I used to work for Lennar. So up front, we got nice big guest bedroom, big window, tons of space. This is a queen size bed. Look, you got a chair, you got dresser, you got plenty of room to get by. You got 2 nightstands, got your closet, got your guest bathroom or kids bathroom right here. So again, this is one of those where when people are walking in the front there, they just blow right past it. Don't even know it's here. So it's nice and private. Then as we come in, oh, by the way, you got 9'4" ceiling, 8-foot entry doors. The interior doors are standard height here in Tuckers Cove. So you got your den here. French doors come standard on the den. Huge great room. Over here with the tray ceiling, that all comes standard. We're gonna take a peek at that more in a minute. Here is your laundry room. Of course, they're using this as their office, which you probably saw when we were out front. So you've got laundry here, the cabinets come, the sink comes. It would normally come with the washer and dryer instead of a copy machine. And then you've got another guest room, your other guest room over here with closet, bedroom, bathroom. This one, again, because it is the model, it's a little bit different than it would be, but it does have the shower, so you get to see walk-in shower. Normally there would be a full vanity instead of the sink. You got the toilet there. And so back to the main living area. Check out this kitchen. This was one of the biggest things that people love about this floor plan is this great room and kitchen area. Just so much space, so much huge island, tons of cabinets, tons of counter space. Again, we're in Babcock Ranch, so you've got the gas grill. I mean, it looks like a grill, but gas stove. Got the instant gas water heater, got the gas dryer, all that stuff comes standard. here in Babcock Ranch with Lennar in Tuckers Cove. Impact glass windows, huge corner pantry. Here's a view of the amenities here that we're gonna have. And like I said, this place is gonna be like a freaking water park. So you got big bridge with the lake, kayak and canoe launch. You can actually use these lakes for kayaking, canoeing, paddleboarding, whatever you want. Of course, big parking, specialty golf cart parking, tiki hut. There's your kayak dock and launch over here. You got another tiki hut, beach. You got sand beach, volleyball court, fire pits, the Shipwreck Tavern and Tucker's Cantina, which are your restaurants and bar, and the cafe and an arcade and restrooms, of course. Commons, which is a big party area, the lap pool, the resort pool, the splash pad, the lazy river, the water slide tower, the aquatics pavilion, airnasium. I don't know what the hell that is. No, I'm kidding. It's going to be covered but open air gym and workout area, and then the indoor air conditioned fitness studio, pickleball courts, covered game room, covered pickleball pavilion. So you're gonna have pickleball under a roof as well. 8 tennis courts, basketball courts. I don't know, they say sports court. I don't know what the heck that is. And then your mail kiosk, and you've got more parking on both sides, more golf cart parking, and you've got this massive multi-purpose soccer, football, baseball field, band shell. I don't know, they're gonna have band. I don't know what a bump track is, playground, they got so much stuff in here, I don't even know what the heck they're talking about. They got a mini golf course. Like, this thing's gonna have everything. Like I said, this place is like the country club for families with kids. So if you got kids, this is where you want to be. Is it cheap to have all that stuff in your backyard? No, of course not, but it's probably not as expensive as you think it might be. So call us and we'll talk you through it, see if this is the right spot. We'll go through the pricing, make sure it makes sense for you. And look at this massive primary bedroom. We're still in the Palmetto. I know I stopped and talked amenities for a minute, but check this out. We're gonna go through the amenities even further later on. Huge primary suite. You got sliders out to the pool. You got this huge primary bathroom, double vanities, big counter space, all the space, huge shower, double walk-in closets. Like, there's a reason that so many people buy this house, and it's because everything about it people like. People like the big shower, they like the big bathroom, they like the separated vanities, they like these 2 big old walk-in closets, they like the huge primary bedroom, they like the huge great room, the huge kitchen. And how do they have all of these huge rooms? And it's not even that big of a house. 2,400 square feet is not that big, but like, it's just so well used and laid out. It's really, I'm always impressed when I come through this house, if you can't tell. All the doors are locked, so I'm just pulling on door handles. Impact glass, windows and doors, every product line in Tuckers Cove, the cheap stuff to the expensive stuff, they all come with impact glass, which is awesome. Nice big covered lanai, plenty of space out here, nice pool. If you do the pool, you get the hot tub, you get the sun shelf. This is great, I love it. Now, if you don't like this pool design, there's a thing with Lennar. If you don't like it, tough, because they build it the way they build it, and if you don't like it, change it. If you don't like the pool, don't do the pool. If you want a different pool design, do the pool after the fact. This is the pool. If you want it with the pool built when you buy it and you move in and you want the pool in your backyard, this is your pool. Which personally, I think is a pretty nice pool. I would take this pool. Their old pool, I didn't like. I wouldn't take the pool. But I'd be fine with this. Not everybody will. And if you don't, that's okay too. You can definitely, there's plenty of room. You can customize it however you want if you do it after the fact. And we got pool companies we can connect you with. So there's not a lot of options. There's not a lot of upgrades. The nice thing is there's not a lot of options and upgrades. So you don't have to go through the process of picking everything out. That can be overwhelming to a lot of people. But if you want to be able to do that stuff, then Lennar may not be the right builder for you. Or maybe the home is inexpensive enough the way it is that you're willing to just, because a lot of people, that's what they do, is they'll buy it, they understand they're not going to be able to make changes till after they close. They come in, they do stuff afterwards, and it's still cheaper than some of the other builders. So anyways, that's the Palmetto. We're going to go check out another one. All right, so what did y'all think about the Palmetto? That's a pretty incredible house, I think. It's one of the best floor plans, in my opinion, that Lennar builds. They do build it in other neighborhoods. Everywhere else, it's called the Somerville, just so you know. So if you have seen other Lennar homes, other floor plans, or seen that floor plan in other neighborhoods, but just by a different name, it is the Somerville. So 2,400 square foot, 3-bedroom plus a den, 3 full baths, 3-car garage. It's a pretty awesome floor plan. They did a really good job with this one. And it's one of their newer plans. So they've done a real good job with the ones that they've updated for sure. What did y'all think? Drop it in the comments. And y'all have to stick around for this entire video. I know I'm teasing you, I'm making you wait, but it is gonna be well worth it. This community, the amenities that they are offering here are nuts. So we've got more homes to show you. We're gonna show you another single-story home. And then of course, what would a family-oriented, multi-generational community with the craziest amenities that you've probably ever seen in a neighborhood be without some massive 2-story homes? These are some of the biggest homes in all of Babcock Ranch, so you're gonna wanna check out these videos if you're looking for a big home. And they're pretty reasonably priced for the square footage that you get compared to other homes here in Babcock. So stick around, check them out, and make sure you wait and get to the amenities because you don't wanna miss this. That is what everybody comes to this neighborhood for. This is the smallest single family home. Not that they build here, but the smallest single family home that they have as a model here. It is also the most popular single story 2-car garage home. This is in Tuckers Cove, Babcock Ranch, called the Sylvester. I don't know why it's the Sylvester instead of the Sylvester, but that's okay. Sylvester. 4-bed, 3-bath, just over 2,000 square feet. This is probably the #1 home that Lennar has sold in all of Southwest Florida in the last 20 years. There's probably a million of them. My phone's ringing. We'll call them back. We're filming video. We'll call back after we're done. Tons of these all over the place in Southwest Florida. It is better known as the Trevi. We're gonna start over here. This is the little guest quarters. You got a linen closet right here. You got a bedroom to your left and a bedroom to your right. The bedroom to your left is a little bit bigger. I could walk this house in my sleep. A little bit bigger bedroom, a little bit smaller closet. Good guest bedroom. That's the closet for the air handler. Right there. We don't need to go look at that. Here's your guest bathroom. Tub shower combo. Does it all look familiar now that you've seen like 7 of these houses from Lennar? That's because, like we said, there's very few changes. What you see, what you're gonna get. Plank tile floors, you see it here. You've seen the square tile. This one's got a bigger closet, a little bit smaller room. But another good guest or kids bedroom. Super popular. I've sold this home to families with 3 kids. I've sold it to families with 4 kids. I've sold it to single people. I've sold it to couples. It is a very popular for just about anybody unless you got like 5 or more kids. Then it's too small for sure. Usually if they got 4 kids, there's a set of twins and they like to share a room. That's when that works with the 4 kids. Otherwise, 3 kids is typically the max if they each can have their own bedroom. So, laundry room. One thing that I'm not a super big fan of, I mean, it's okay, but it's not my preference, is the garage. The way to go in from the garage is through the laundry room. Kind of is what it is. I mean, that's the way this house is set up, but it's not my favorite thing in the world. Here's another guest or kid's bedroom. Got a big closet. Not a super big bedroom, as you can tell. I mean, they got a big kind of chest of drawers thing here with the queen size bed, and there's not a whole lot of other space. Yeah, I'd put a smaller bed in here personally, but I didn't decorate it. This one's got its own private bath, so it's a little bit smaller room, but it's a suite. So that's nice. Nice, great room. Plenty of dining space, plenty of great room space. They made the kitchen bigger than what the 𝒏𝒏𝒈 used to have. Uh-oh. Somebody misspelled. I was joking about the 𝒐𝒍𝒍 on the sign out front, and then it says Sylvester in here. So T-O-R versus T-E-R. That's funny. I was playing around. Somebody actually did misspell one or the other. I don't know which. So they made this kitchen a little bit bigger than what it used to be in the 𝒏𝒏𝒈. So it is slightly tweaked, but your fridge, all your stainless appliances, again, Babcock Ranch, gas is in all of Babcock Ranch. Lennar gives you the gas appliances included. Gas water heater, gas appliances, all included. Nice island. They got the chairs kicked sideways. There's room for 4 bar stools there if you set them straight. Primary bedroom. And they flipped this, so this is what they changed. This is how they made the kitchen a little bit bigger, is there used to be a second closet right here. And the closets used to go in the closets here. Actually, the doorway was out here. And then there was room for doors in here for the 2 closets. There were 2 smaller closets. Now you get 1 bigger closet. Here's the bigger closet. Nice bigger closet. There's your low voltage cabinet. So internet cable, everything goes in there. If you haven't heard me say it on the other tours, there it is. That's what I'm talking about, the low voltage. Here's the linen closet in the primary bathroom. Big double vanity. They also switched the bathroom around a little bit from what it used to be. They got rid of the big garden tub, which I don't care, but my wife may be a little disappointed in that. She likes a big soaking tub. I don't take baths. Nice long vanity, big walk-in shower, throne room. Let's go check out the lanai. Here's the lanai. Decent sized lanai. Not super big, not tiny. And again, here's the pool. Very nice. That is the 𝒐𝒍𝒍 or 𝒐𝒍𝒍. I'm not sure which. But now I gotta go ask because I'm that kind of guy. So what'd y'all think of the 𝒐𝒍𝒍? You like it better or not as much as the Palmetto? And if you've seen it before, or if you think you might have seen it before, you're right. They call it the 𝒏𝒏𝒈 everywhere else. Lennar's #1 best-selling home that they build anywhere and everywhere in Southwest Florida. It's in their 2-car garage series, 4-bedroom, 3-bath, a little over 2,000 square feet, very little wasted space, great plan, very affordable. So if that's what you're looking for and you want to be in Tuckers Cove for these amenities, this is probably your home. If it is, call us, but also call us after you finish watching this video because you want to hear about these amenities. You want to see them. That's why everybody's looking at Tuckers Cove. And we're going to talk pricing as we always do. If you haven't watched our other videos, we are going to get into what it costs not only to buy these homes, what you can actually buy them for. We're not just going to tell you the base prices, although we'll tell you that too, but we're gonna tell you what you can actually buy them for, what it costs to live in here, what are the HOA fees, what are the insurance costs, all that good stuff. We're gonna give you all those details, so watch the video all the way to the end and then call us. Ooh, and I almost forgot. Actually, I did forget, but I was reminded. This one we're coming up next. I told you before, we're gonna show you the big homes. This one that we're gonna show you next is the biggest home, and it's really awesome. It's a multi-generational home. Lennar offers these occasionally in a few different neighborhoods, but if you're looking, maybe you've got elderly parents that don't want to go to assisted living or something like that yet, but you want them close, or maybe they can help you out with watching the kids, stuff like that. When you're relocating to a new area, you don't have babysitters, you don't have all that stuff, and you want to combine households, this home is the way to do it. So watch this one next. All right, I don't think I can get this whole house in the frame if I wanted to. This thing is massive. We are gonna go check this out. It's not a model, it's not furnished, it's a little bit dirty, it's still under construction, but I gotta show you this house. I love this house. This is the biggest house I think that Lennar builds anywhere in Southwest Florida. It's just a tad under 4,000 square feet, and there is a ridiculously killer feature that y'all want to see. I promise you, if you have family, here's a little sneak peek. There's 2 front doors. If you got family that, parents getting on the older age that might need to live with you, or you got an adult kid that comes to visit, or whatever it may be, this house is amazing. This is what Lennar refers to as their next gen series homes. There's 2 different floor plans that they offer here. This is the bigger one. They don't have a smaller one far enough along to give you any kind of idea, so I'm gonna show you this bigger one. But this house is amazing. It's so cool. Anyways, here's a coat closet. We just came in the front door to the main living of the main house, and I'm gonna show you the whole main living area, the main house first, and then we're gonna pop over so you can see. So this is like, I don't even know what this is. I'm joking. That's your formal dining room, formal living room area right there. Now we're in the family room. That's supposed to be your breakfast nook over there, depending on how big the family is. That breakfast nook area is huge. I would just make that the dining room, and I'm sorry if I'm echoey. I will try to be better at getting too loud. I love this house. I'm excited. I would just make that the dining room area. Then you got the family room out here. You got the island, plenty of room for 4 bar stools. You got big kitchen, nice corner pantry, plenty of space in there for the whole family. This is a big ass house. Almost 4,000 square feet. You got 5 bedrooms. 1, 2, 3.5 baths plus an in-law suite. And you're gonna love, this is not your typical in-law suite of like just a bedroom. Like, it's a whole apartment, it's a whole nother house. So we're gonna take a peek at that here in a minute. So here's your half bath. Here's a secondary pantry, just in case that corner pantry's not big enough. Here's your 2-car garage for the main house. And y'all saw when we were outside, don't forget, there's your natural gas here in Babcock, comes standard with Lennar. And that is your instant hot water heater that comes standard too. And for here in Tuckers Cove, this section, the Tuckers Cove, is 36 feet above sea level. No concern about flooding whatsoever. No concern. If you're far enough inland, you really don't have to worry about major hurricane damage or anything like that. That's why everybody is coming to Babcock. So check this out. This is the living room. Yeah, I said living room. And oh, by the way, there's a whole kitchen over there too of your in-law suite. So like your parents could move in here. You got an adult kid that needs to move back home after college or something like that. They could move in here. Like this thing could do, I mean, technically you're not supposed to do it in a neighborhood like this, but like you could totally rent this out as like a, like an income producing little additional dwelling unit too. So there's another closet there. Here's the kitchen, microwave, dishwasher, refrigerator, sink. The only thing they can't do is they're not legally allowed to put a stove in, because then it becomes a duplex or a villa, and they have to classify it as multifamily instead of single family. But you can totally just do like a countertop convection oven and like a hot plate or something like that. Stackable washer and dryer. So you got your own laundry over here. You got your own bathroom. Look, walk-in shower. Got the linen closet. Look at how big this bedroom is. It's like, this is legit, like, I can't even call this a junior suite. It's got a door out to the lanai. Here's you got a big old walk-in closet. Look, they got their own door out to the lanai. So like, they don't have to come around to the main house to go out. And I mean, you know, you got the lanai or you do a pool. Like they can have free reign, full access, don't have to come through the main house. This is a legit like second apartment. And I don't know if you noticed when we were out front, it's got its own damn garage. Single car garage over here too. So like Granny can have her own car if she's still driving, all that good stuff. Like you got all of that. You got, did I show you this coat closet? I think I did. There's so much stuff in here that you get lost if you ain't careful. This is a big house. Here's the loft area. This huge bonus room up here is like a second living area for the kids. I say kids, I mean, you know, technically you don't necessarily have to have kids to buy this house, but you got 6 bedrooms. I don't know. I don't know what else you'd do. I don't know why you'd buy this house if you didn't have kids. So here's the one bathroom upstairs, one of the kids' guest bathrooms upstairs. Here's one of the bedrooms. All these bedrooms are really, really good size too. These things are big. Then around here, you got bedroom, you got another bathroom, laundry, another bedroom, and another bedroom, and another bedroom, and another bedroom. Just keep bedrooms everywhere. This thing just keeps going. Regular wall closet. So bedroom here. Linen closet. Bedroom here. You wonder why they don't have this thing as a furnished model. It costs like, I don't want to tell you it's expensive to furnish the house, but you know, if you're buying a house like this, it's, you know, it's expensive to furnish the house. It's just so much furniture. So double vanity, tub shower combo. This is a bigger bathroom because this bathroom is going to be shared by 3 bedrooms here. Here's the third of the 3 that I'm talking about. This one's got a little bit bigger closet. And we haven't even seen the primary bedroom yet. Y'all realize that? Here we go. Here's the primary. And look at this thing. Like, this could be 2 bedrooms. This thing's massive. This could be 2 primary bedrooms. Now look at this closet. It's the size of those other bedrooms. The closet's the same size as a kid's bedroom. You could like do tumbling or something in here. Look, there's your, there's what it looks like inside the low voltage hub here. So you got your fiber internet, your router, you got all the cables running to every room if you want to plug in, all that. So that's what that looks like. It's in the master closet in this house. And here's your primary bathroom, linen closet, of course, double vanity, got double stack of drawers. That's really nice. Big garden tub. There's your shower. There's your throne room. And that, my friends, is the end of this massive house. because we already went out back. We showed you that, right? So if y'all want this house, this is the spot to get it. Unfortunately, they can't build it in Lee County because Lee County, even without the stove, considers it multifamily. But here in Babcock Ranch, Tuckers Cove is in Charlotte County. Charlotte County allows it, so that's what we got. You got impact glass, first and second floor, impact sliders, impact windows, impact doors, 36 feet above sea level. All the space you could ever possibly want. Big house, in-law suite. This is the spot, and we've got 2 of them under construction. This one is almost finished. It's available. There's another one down the street, couple doors down, that is not quite as far along, couple months out from being finished. They're doing deals on these because they are just about done. If this feels like the house for you, call me now. You got the number on your screen. Call and check it out. This is the spot. This is the house. It ain't getting any bigger than this. And these things are not nearly as expensive as you might think they are. So what did you think of that Washingtonia? Incredible floor plan, right? Amazing house. If you're looking to combine households, this is probably your house. This thing is killer the way it's laid out. I personally think it's amazing. They do also have another floor plan of this in their executive series, a little bit smaller, but not a ton, a little less expensive as well. Unfortunately, they didn't have a model or one of them under construction for us to show you in this video, but if you're looking for something, and maybe this one's a little bit too expensive, but this is what you want so you don't have to buy 2 houses, call us, numbers on the screen. And remember, always, you gotta call us first before you talk to the builders. Yes, we're telling you who it is, we're telling you where the neighborhood is, but call us first before you go look at them to make sure that you get the exclusive additional discounts and incentives that we have available for you that these builders aren't going to tell you about if you don't come to them from us. So call us first, let us get you all set up and help you get the best deal possible on these homes. Now, stick around. We still have 2 more homes to show you. Plus we got to show you the amenities. And of course, you want to know about pricing. You want to know what it costs. So stick around and we'll get to it. All right, this is another big one. This is the 𝒏𝒗𝒆𝒔𝒕. This is another one of their Manor Series homes here in Tuckers Cove at Babcock Ranch. This is a Lennar community. This is super geared towards families. So you're gonna see a lot of big homes in these tours in here. So the 𝒏𝒗𝒆𝒔𝒕, 5 bedrooms, 4 bath, 3,300 square feet almost. Got this nice little front porch. Got the split 3-car garage. I really like that split garage. I'm a big fan. They do that in a couple different floor plans. I like it. So here's what I would deem as the formal living room, because that's just what everybody historically calls it. Here is the 1-car garage. It's a little bit wider than a typical 1-car garage. Let me get this camera turning here. There we go. Epoxy garage floor comes standard. This shows you the plank tile floor. There's not a lot of options with Lennar, but the flooring is one of them. They've got a plank tile floor and they've got a square tile floor. Here's your dining room. So with this house, it's a little bit more separated. You still got a great room that we're gonna come see, but you've got the formal living and dining room as well. There's your stairs. We're gonna go up those here in a minute. I'm getting my exercise today, all these 2 stories. There's a coat closet. Here is your great room in the 𝒏𝒗𝒆𝒔𝒕. And if you're not familiar, or if you're familiar with Lennar and other communities, you may see this and think, hey, I'm kind of familiar, like this looks kind of familiar. It's called the Sorrento everywhere else. Been around for a while. It's a very popular floor plan for a big house. I like it. When I was considering buying in a Lennar community, this was the house we were going to build. Didn't end up happening. We ended up going outside of a gated community, but if we were going to do it, this is what we would have done. So this is a Sorrento, nice big island, big kitchen, plenty of space. Gas, as always, in Babcock Ranch. Huge pantry here. I like this little butler pantry here as well. And then through to the dining room, so you've got the serving pass through. Here's your little breakfast nook. Got sliders from the nook, got sliders from the great room. They added that little fireplace. That's fun. We're gonna come over here. Here is under stair storage. This is kind of cool that they decided to finish it, wrap it all the way around there. I like it. Half bath downstairs for your non-staying guests. Here's your 2-car garage. Again, epoxy garage floor. There's the air handler, one of them. It's the one for the downstairs. There's your laundry room. There's your linen closet. And you do have this, could be a den, as office as they have it set up. It's got a closet, it's another bedroom. Actually has its own private bathroom, so it's really a little junior suite. It's kind of a small, like, it's not a real small room, but it's kind of a small room for like an in-law type. If you're gonna have someone stay in long-term other than a kid, it might be a little tight for like a long-term adult staying, but it is doable in a pinch if you need it to. They do have their own bath. It does, I mean, they share with the pool, but that's not all that often, most likely. And it's got a separate door. They're not necessarily coming into the bedroom, so that can work. I would have used that as my office if we were living here. Let's go upstairs. Now, one of the things that I really liked about this home is this space. So you've got really almost kind of like 2 loft areas. You got this spot here, which I always pictured using, and I don't know if it's here or not. They put this over the top of it. No, I'm moving furniture, but no, they don't have it here. Long time ago, in a land far away, there was a floor outlet there. I love this area. I always wanted to, like, this was always in my plans of this house. This was my kids' like school work area. This was their living room area, like gaming, toys. See, there's a little floor outlet like that. So gaming, toys, like, you know, when they were little, play area, when they were bigger, gaming, like second living room area. I always thought it was really cool. I really like it. Jack and Jill style bath here. So come in from the loft area, you got the double vanities, you got the toilet and shower behind a second door. Tub shower combo, standard. You got a bedroom here. Nice size bedroom. Obviously you got the double beds. This one's a tad smaller, but also a good sized bedroom, plenty of room. You got the dresser, you got the nightstands, you got the queen size bed, plenty of space there. You got a linen closet here. Of course, you need a linen closet close to the bathroom, close to bedrooms. Then you've got another bedroom over here. This is another junior suite. This is the AC closet right there. Don't really need to look in there, do we? We've seen those before. So this is another junior suite. Got its own private bathroom. Decent sized room. Again, not super big, but you got enough room. Queen size bed, 2 nightstands, got a full closet, got room for a dresser here if you want it. Got the bathroom giving you, even though the doors are kind of close together, this is the one thing that I wasn't a big fan of, but they're not super close together, but they kind of come out to the same spot, so they're kind of close together. This massive primary bathroom, or bedroom and bathroom. But the bedroom's back here at the back of the house, and that bedroom's at the front of the house. So like, even though they seem like they're kind of close because the doors come out together, they're not actually close, the bedrooms themselves. So you still have the privacy, not that big of a deal. Huge bedroom. I mean, look at this king size bed, big old king size nightstands, still multiple feet on either side. that dresser is a big dresser and it looks too small for the space, and you still got all this room in the middle. Totally have a party, dance party, whatever. Gigantic closet. There's your low voltage cabinet. We talked about, that's where the cable and internet comes in. You got a little bitty walk-in closet over here. It's a little smaller. And then here is your primary bathroom. Again, split double vanities. I like it. Throne room, big old linen closet, decent sized walk-in shower, window, so if you're drying off, you can say hi to your neighbors. I'm kidding, that's why they put blinds in the windows. Just make sure you close them if you don't want to say hi to your neighbors. Now, let's go check out the lanai. Oh, where am I going? I'm walking right past the stairs, huh? These big houses, man. You get lost in them. This house is going to be awesome. Great view. That's going to be all the amenities right there across the way. It'll be fun to watch. Fun to hang out. So, standard lanai is this under the roof if you don't do a pool. But with the pool, look at how much deck space you get on this house. This is huge. All this space over here. You got the roof here. Tons of space. The house provides the shade. So you can easily have more shaded seating area over here. You can have the lounge chairs out here in the sun. You got the hot tub. I really like these recessed hot tubs. So much better than the old raised ones. The bench over there is cool. They got another bench over here. You got the little sun shelf over there. I like it. This is one of my favorite Lennar floor plans. Let's go see what's next. All right, so what'd you think of the Majestica? Another huge home, significantly less expensive than that Washingtonia as well. So if you need all the bedrooms and all the bathrooms and the 3-car garage, but you don't need that second living area, this might be your home. What do you think? You like this better? You like the Washingtonia better? You tell me. Drop it in the comments and stick around because this next one still gives you, it's a little bit less square footage, but still gives you all the bedrooms, all the bathrooms, still has a 3-car garage, even though it's in the typically 2-car garage series homes. You're gonna like to see how they work that out. We'll show you. But it's the least expensive over 3,000 square foot home available to you in all of Babcock Ranch. So stick around, check it out, and remember, you gotta see these amenities. And we're going to talk about pricing. Let's get to it. Look at this big old thing. This entryway is crazy. I always like the look of it. It's very impressive. So this is the coconut model here in Tuckers Cove at Babcock Ranch. Now this is the executive series, so a little bit narrower. These are 40-foot wide homes. You get a 2-car garage instead of 3. But as you can see, very big homes still. Super popular as well. 5 bedrooms, 3 bath, just over 3,200 square feet. Almost as big as the last one we saw in terms of square footage, but less expensive. So if you need the space, but don't necessarily want to spend Majestica money, you can go with the coconut. The big, like, what is this? These ceilings in the first floor are 9'4", 8 foot. So that's like 17, 18 feet up. Big old high ceilings right here in the foyer. I like that. This is cool. This black, whatchamacallit, trim and all that. I like that. So, this is the coconut. If it looks familiar, it's because they do build it in other neighborhoods. They call it the Monte Carlo elsewhere. Very, very popular as well. Formal living room, formal dining room. Got the pass through to the kitchen from the dining room. Before we go look at the kitchen and great room, we're gonna come and check out, we're gonna go upstairs and check that out. You got the laundry room here. I don't remember what's in here. Is this a linen closet? No, that's the air handler. That's what I was thinking. You got, this is the door in from, now, it's a 2-car wide garage. I guess I should have specified. I said it's a 2-car garage. It's not really a 2-car garage. It's actually a 3-car garage, but it is what they call a tandem garage. So you've got 2 cars wide. Sorry, it's echoey in here. You've got 2 cars wide out front by the garage door, but then you've got this extra 3rd car space, and it's bigger than a 3rd car space. This is huge. So this will easily fit a car. It'll easily fit a golf cart or 2 golf carts if you wanted. And then of course, Babcock gas, instant hot water heater. So this, you still get the 3rd car garage. It's just a tandem garage instead. So you can get that, you can get almost all the same square footage for a lot less money in this coconut if, you know, if the budget's tight or you just don't want to spend that much money. And don't get me wrong, the Majestica is not that expensive for what it is compared to a lot of the other builders in a lot of other neighborhoods to get that kind of square footage. It's really not, but if it's too much, go to this. Still get almost pretty much the exact same amount of space almost. I mean, it's like 100 square feet smaller. You still get this loft area out here, and it's not as big, but there's a big bonus room that we're gonna see here in a minute. So you get the loft, there's the floor outlet if you wanna set up a desk or something over here, or you can do it like this. We're gonna start this way, to the right. We'll go basically work in a circle around the loft here. These bedrooms are big. Look at this, plenty of space. 2 twins, got the big old dresser in the middle with the window. Now, you're probably not putting 2 kids in this bedroom with that little tiny closet, but you do have all this extra space. So you could easily put an armoire or a bigger dresser or something like that to make up for it. So, another bedroom. Again, big bedroom. I know it's set up as a nursery. There's not a lot of big furniture to really help tell that it's a big bedroom, but it is a big bedroom. Kind of silly that you got a walk-in closet here and you got that little tiny closet in the other one, but that's the way it laid out. It's okay. It is what it is. Here is your kids or shared bathroom. So the one thing that I do like about the Majestica over the Coconut is there's more bathrooms with 4 bedrooms upstairs, 5 bedrooms upstairs, including the primary bedroom, but 4 that are all sharing this bathroom. So it's nice the way they set it up. It's a Jack and Jill setup. You got the linen closet, you got the double vanities. So at least they can, two kids can be brushing their teeth at the same time, not sharing the same sink. They don't have to hit and punch and bicker with each other over that. And the toilet and shower are in behind a separate door. So you don't have to worry about that. Kids trying to get in to brush their teeth and get ready to go while another one's in the shower. Another 8-feet closet. Oops. Didn't mean to do that. Didn't mean to let it slam. Another nice big bedroom over here. And all of these bedrooms are big in this house. That's another thing I really like about this one, is big bedrooms all the way around. And then we come to this awesome bonus room. So, big old bonus room, secondary living room, game room, TV room, whatever you want to use it for, movie theater room, 1, 2, 3. I miscounted. I said that there's 4 bedrooms up here sharing this bath. I lied. I was wrong. I apologize. There's 3 bedrooms up here sharing this bath. There is a bedroom downstairs. Works well for, you know, whatever. Another kid downstairs, or in-laws, or guest room, or whatever, or an office. So here's the primary bedroom. Here's your closets. Smaller walk-in, low voltage cabinet. Here's a much bigger closet. You see, big, long, like a hallway with plenty of space. Here's the primary bedroom. Still a big bedroom. Not quite as big as the 𝒏𝒗𝒆𝒍𝒍, but still very, very big. More than enough space. King size bed. It's a little bit longer front to back, just not quite as wide. So you don't have the big dance floor in between the dresser and the bed, but you got plenty of space. And then here is the primary bath. Linen closet here. Huge double vanity. All along that whole wall. Big old linen closet. Nice shower. And the throne room. Let's go outside and check out the lanai. God, too much walking through all these houses, and now I'm getting a dry, scratchy throat. Too much walking and talking. And we haven't even seen downstairs yet. I said, let's go check out outside. We haven't even seen the kitchen. Boom, here it is. Sorry, I'm cutting you short. Big kitchen, kind of kitchen dining all in, or not dining, but kitchen breakfast nook all in one space. Tons of cabinets and counter space. Big pantry over there. You got the breakfast nook here. You got the breakfast bar here. You got the island here. You got the gas stove. You got the microwave that's vented out. The fridge. Look at all this space between the island and stove. Nice. So you don't have to worry about, if you're a cook and you're coming in here to put a big heavy turkey or something, Thanksgiving dinner. Look at all this space. I'm over here. I got all this room. No worry about bumping the cabinet behind you and knocking yourself off balance. Falling into the oven. I have had a number of people not buy houses because the island was too close to the stove and there wasn't enough room either for somebody to pass through while one person's trying to put stuff in the dishwasher or the oven, another person's trying to move around and do some things. I've had people not buy houses over that because they said it's a safety hazard because they've almost fallen in the oven before, or they've bumped, like they're putting something in, bend over and bump their butt against the island behind them and it knocks them off balance. So you don't have that problem here. There is a ton of space. This is probably the biggest of all the models I've been through. In Babcock Ranch, the most space between the island and the stove. Got a little workstation over there. Got the pantry. Good sized living area here. Not huge, but it's plenty big in my opinion. There's another bathroom down here and another bedroom. We're gonna check those in a second, but let's first check out the linen closet. Bathroom. Tub shower combo. Here's the downstairs bedroom. This is probably the smallest bedroom in the house, I'm thinking. I'd have to look at the actual measurements, but I'm pretty sure that's the smallest one. I can't remember off the top of my head. Let's go outside. I would say if there's anything lacking on this house, it's the lanai. If you don't do a pool, for a house this big, this lanai is pretty small. I'm not gonna, there's no way to sugarcoat it. I mean, it's just not a big lanai. So if you don't want a pool, I would definitely do some sort of extended lanai. But yeah, I mean, I would probably just do a pool myself. But that's what you got. So how about that coconut? Which one's your favorite? Drop it in the comments, let us know. Coconut is the by far least expensive, over 3,000 square foot home, 5 bedrooms, plus the bonus room area, loft area. These homes are just massive. They got all the space and very, very reasonably priced for homes that size. So which one's your favorite? The coconut, the 𝒏𝒗𝒆𝒍𝒍? Do you need that second full living area, second kitchen, second living room, second suite, all of that, whole separate apartment basically inside your house? Then we've got 2 for that as well. Obviously you saw the Washingtonia. Which one is your favorite? Let us know. Personally, I don't need that whole suite. If I did, it would definitely be the Washingtonia. But if I had a big family, I would go Majestica. That's my personal favorite. I like the split garage, but if it's not in the budget, it's not in the budget, and the coconut gives you that option without being in the budget. I don't need that many bedrooms, so I personally prefer the Palmetto, but that's just me. Which one do you like? Again, drop it in the comments and stick around so you get to see, because we're about to show you what they've got coming up for the amenities in this incredible neighborhood. And we've still got pricing, what it's gonna cost to buy these homes, what it's gonna cost to live in the neighborhood long-term in terms of HOA fees, taxes, insurance, all that good stuff. So stick around, we still got all that to come. All right, so here we are. We're looking at this giant map of the amenities. The amenity center is going right across the pond there. They got the little fishing pier right here, but right across the lake, that's where the amenities are going. I think, based on where I'm standing, I'm probably right across from the splash pad right here. So, I know I talked about it inside one of the model homes. I looked at a smaller version of this map. I got some clarification on what some of this stuff is, so I can tell you more about it. We can talk all about it. So, we're gonna start here. Actually, no, we're gonna start up here. We might as well work our way around, right? So, we got 8 tennis courts. We got the sports courts. I don't know what those orange ones are, but maybe 4 square, stuff like that, I don't know. But anyways, you got 3 basketball courts, you got some other stuff. You got tennis, you got the racket pavilion, tons of tennis courts, probably too many tennis courts in my opinion, but maybe I'm wrong. Oh, we missed the bark park. There's a dog park over there. So gonna have your own dog park here in Tuckers Cove. The covered game room is gonna be like cornhole. So cornhole, stuff like that, maybe darts. I don't know exactly what they're putting in there, but it's gonna be that type of stuff. You got the covered pickleball pavilion. There's gonna be 2 or 3 pickleball courts in there. You got 4 more outdoor pickleball courts. I didn't notice these food trucks here, so that's parking for food trucks specifically to be able to come in and all kinds of special events, do the food truck thing. Tons of fun, always a good time, almost always good food. The fitness studio we talked about, that's gonna be your indoor gym, all the typical equipment, and yoga studio, stretching room, all that good stuff. The Airnasium, that, from my understanding, is supposed to be more of a, kind of like the covered pickleball pavilion, except for it's gonna be indoors, almost like a, kind of like a basketball arena or something. There's gonna be probably basketball court and some other courts and stuff in there. Then let's make our way down to the aquatics area. You got the lazy river, you got the water slide tower, you got the splash pad, you got hammocks, you got umbrellas, you got all that good stuff. Then we make our way here in the middle. You got the Shipwreck Tavern, so there's going to be a bar, there's gonna be restaurant dining between the Shipwreck Tavern, Tucker's Cantina. One of them's gonna be more open air, the other one's gonna be indoor. Then you've got the cafe, which is more of like a coffee shop type bar area. You got the arcade, so indoor video games, all that good stuff. Then you got the restrooms, because, you know, we all need restrooms. You got cornhole, you got bocce, multiple bocce courts. Then you got this giant multi-purpose field like we talked about, where you've got a baseball diamond, you got a soccer field, you got football field, you got the band shell, which I was like, what the heck are they gonna do with that? But basically it's an open air, like auditorium style. So live music, awards, events, stuff like that. The bump track, if you can see it up there, maybe, hold on, let me zoom in. Bump track up there we talked about before. I said, I don't know what the heck that is. The bump track is actually a BMX track. There's gonna be a BMX track in the neighborhood here. This is nuts. You got the playgrounds, all that good stuff. You got the mini golf course up there on its own little island. The playground pavilion, more space for food trucks. right next to the playground pavilion. Let me zoom back out here as we're getting a little bit lower. The open lawn area, so that's for like Easter egg hunts and like hosting events and all kinds of cool stuff. The Commons is a massive version of more like your typical clubhouse in a lot of these, you know, regular communities where you've got banquet hall, you've got, you know, you can reserve it, you got offices, you got game rooms, you got card rooms, you got meeting rooms, you got all that stuff. That's all gonna be in the Commons area. Then you've got your huge resort style pool. It's gonna have that sloped beach type entry there where you can walk right in, zero entry. You're gonna have a totally separate lap pool. So you're swimming laps, you don't have to deal with kids getting in your way and all that good stuff. You got cabanas around the pools, you got tons of lounge chairs and umbrellas and the seating, volleyball court, sand beach, the fire pit down by the water. This is all wrapped around by the lake. You got the tiki huts on the beach and then over here by the kayak dock. I don't know what these little things are up here, but there's your kayak dock, kayak launch, all of that for kayaking, canoeing, paddle boarding throughout all of these lakes. I know this says lakes connected by via culvert. It's not like little culvert pipes. You're actually gonna be able to kayak, canoe, paddleboard through that all the way up and around. And basically these amenities are practically on an island, all of that. So it's really, really cool. This is Lennar's flagship family-oriented community. They have never done anything like this anywhere in the country that I know of, and definitely not ever anywhere in Southwest Florida. It's going to be amazing. They are pulling out all the stops for this. So, and the fees are really not that bad for all these amenities. It is crazy how low these fees are based on what you're getting. It is gonna take probably 8 to 9 months to get a lot of this stuff done, and up to almost 2 years probably to finish all of it. But it's gonna be, I mean, I don't really have any other way to say it. It's gonna be badass. So that's my thoughts. That's my take on it. Tuckers Cove, awesome, super unique community. I've never seen anything else like it. Check it out, quite reasonable. So yeah, that's it for the amenities here at Tuckers Cove. All right, so what'd y'all think about those amenities we got coming up here in Tuckers Cove? Pretty incredible, right? Have you ever considered or thought that there might be a neighborhood with its own water park? That's crazy. So anyways, let's check out what it's gonna cost to live here. So what does it cost to buy these homes? Well, you will be shocked. There are some incredible discounts in here right now. So we're gonna talk to you about the base prices. We're gonna talk to you about what some of these homes, the quick move-ins especially, because I know what it costs, what their build price is, and I know what they're selling them for right now. So we're gonna talk to you about these amazing deals, give you an idea of what it would really cost to build a similar home if you're not quite ready to jump on one of these quick move-ins right away. We're also gonna talk fees. We're gonna talk so HOAs, taxes, insurance, all that good stuff, what it will cost to continue to live in here, not just to buy the homes. So let's get into it now. So first off, we showed you the executive homes. Those are the skinnier ones. Traditionally, they're 2-car garage, but when you get into the bigger floor plans, the Coconut and the Sago, those do have the tandem 3-car garages where you've got the 2-car wide door, but then the 1 bay is deeper. So the big 2 stories, they have 3-car garage still. So we've got some quick move-ins, but let's get into pricing. First of all, they do have a smaller floor plan called the Alexander. You can base price on that one's in the 360s. We didn't show you that one. They didn't have one. They don't have any quick move-ins. They don't build a ton of it in here because it's a 3-bedroom, 3-bathroom, 1,850 square foot, 2-car garage home. A lot of the people looking in here are looking for the bigger homes with more bedrooms. So, smallest one that they've got for quick move-in is the Sylvester, which is the one we showed you. Base price on that's $389,999. All their base prices end in $999. And again, let me repeat myself just in case you haven't seen my other videos. I say this in every video. I almost forgot this time. But base price is base price. That is not what you're going to pay for the home typically. There is almost always, virtually every builder is going to charge a home site premium. They're going to have options that they add to all these homes. You're going to want to add options if you build a home. So, base price, it is really their advertised price so that they can put on the sign out in front of the neighborhood that says starting from. Nobody ever buys them for that. Well, almost nobody ever buys them for that. Sometimes with discounts and incentives on a quick move-in, we can get down to that. Occasionally, once or twice, I've seen a couple neighborhoods where they're below that actually, which is pretty impressive. But in most cases, you're gonna pay more than that. So just remember, actual build price will be higher. So, base price $389, $999. They have 4 of these that are quick move-ins right now. 4 of them that are near completion or are already completion. All 4 of them have pools. All 4 of them, the build prices are in the same ballpark. They're in the 530s to 540 range. All of them are marked down $459, $999. So, roughly $80,000 discount on these homes right now. So you can get a 4-bedroom, 3-bath, 2-car garage home in this neighborhood that's gonna have all of those incredible amenities for under $460. That's your purchase price. Now there is a bigger one. They actually have 2 of these. It's still a single story. So they've got 2 of these quick move-ins as well. It's 2,200 square feet. The 𝒐𝒍𝒍 is 2,300. The 𝒐𝒏𝒈 is 2,200 square feet. So you get a little bit more square footage, 3 and a den, 4-bedroom, however you want to call it. 3 full bathrooms again, still a 2-car garage. That one base price, $399, $999. Both of them, build prices are in the 440 to, I keep saying 4. That's because I'm excited, I want to get to the 4s. But build price, 540 to 550. They're both marked down, same price as the 𝒐𝒍𝒍. So you get an extra 150, 170 square feet roughly for the same price. $459, $999. So you're getting a $90,000 discount on those 𝒐𝒏𝒈s. The coconut that we showed you, that's the big 2-story tandem garage, 5-bedroom, 3-bath, 3,200 square feet. Base price on that one is $466, $999. They don't have any of those quick move-ins right now, but figure a quick move-in, it's about 60, 70 grand more than a 𝒐𝒍𝒍. So figure build price with a pool is gonna be in the low 6s. And they don't have any quick move-ins, but you're gonna be somewhere in that low 600,000 price range to get that home. And then the Sago, which is the one, we didn't have one of those to show you. They didn't have one far enough under construction or anything like that to get in to show you. But this is the narrower next gen series. So it still has, it does have the tandem 3-car garage, and it has that in-law apartment suite. It's not set up exactly the same as the Washingtonia that we did show you, but different setup, little bit different setup, but it does still have that whole in-law suite, private bedroom, private living area, private bathroom, private kitchenette, all of that in that home. That one's a 5-bedroom, 3-bath, 3-car garage, about 30, just under 3,400 square feet. Now base price on that one is $479, $990. They do have a quick move-in of that with a pool. It's not finished, so it's not like blowout pricing because it's not done, but it is discounted a bit because it's getting there. So with a pool, $613 is the build price, $587 is the current discounted price, so you're 26 grand off there. Call me, we can do a little better. Really on any of these, we can get you a better deal. Now, I'm gonna talk fees real quick on these executives because they are slightly different than what the 3-car garage, the wider manor homes are. And Y'all want to know what the fees are, right? Because the amenities are crazy in this place. It's going to cost an arm and a leg. It's going to be like living in a country club. Well, it is going to be like living in a country club, but not country club fees. It's not fees like they charge in their country club communities still. It is actually really impressive, all the amenities you get for how low these fees are. So, total fees right now are $349 a month. Now, they're reduced right now because the amenities aren't done. So keep that in mind. So $349 a month is the current fees for what you're paying. Now that includes, let me get out my notes here. That includes your internet. So all fiber optic, 1 gig high-speed internet. You get that throughout all of Babcock. So that is a part of Babcock Ranch, but it's included in these fees. Full lawn maintenance. So not only are they mowing and edging, they're also trimming the trees and the shrubs, and they're doing mulch once a year. And then all of your common area maintenance as well. And then Babcock Ranch, every home in Babcock Ranch has natural gas. But that's not included in the fees. You pay for your gas based on usage. Now, once the amenities are done, the HOA fees are going to go up to $607 a month. So $607 a month. Yeah, it's kind of high for HOA fees for you know, a single family home, but when you factor in all these amenities that you get, that's nothing. The country clubs are like $900 a month. So this is cheap for what you're getting for a country club for a family, basically. Kid-friendly country club. Personally, $607 a month I think is cheap for what you're getting in there. So great value. Now, let's get into these manor homes. All right, so we showed you in the manor series the Palmetto, which is the biggest one-story floor plan that they build here. There are 2 smaller. They're not a whole lot cheaper, and they don't have any quick move-ins. They're in the 430s base price for the Royal, which is a 3-bedroom plus a den, 2-bath, 3-car garage, 2,240 square feet. Or the Montgomery, which is a 4-bedroom, 3-bath, 3-car garage, just under 2,300 square feet. Those are both going to be in the 430s base price. Now, the Palmetto, a little bit more expensive. It's a little bit bigger. 4 beds still, 3-bath, 3-car garage, 2,400 square feet. Over 2,444. Base price on that one's $452,990. They do have a quick move-in right now with a pool. Again, it's not fully finished, so they're not doing crazy blowout pricing on it, but it's more than halfway finished, which is why they've got it discounted. With a pool, $619 is the build price. They've got it discounted $23,000 to $596. Now, the Majestica is the big 2-story setup as a single family without the in-law suite. That's that 5-bedroom, 4.5 bath, 3-car garage with the big loft area upstairs, 3,300 square feet. Base price on that one, $521,990. They don't have any quick move-ins. They've got one that's getting ready to start. They don't have full pricing announced on it yet, but it's going to be in the mid-6s is what they're saying on that one. Does not have a pool. And then the Washingtonia, which is that next-gen plan with the in-law suite, 3-car garage, 6 bedrooms, 4.5 bath, almost 3,900 square feet. Base price on that one is $570,990. So $570,999. They do have one of those under construction. It just started construction pretty recently, so it's not discounted yet. Build price on it is $715,000. And I'm gonna say that one, I don't know for sure if it's got a pool or not. I can't tell you because they didn't tell me. But I'm gonna guess at that price, it probably has a pool. $715,000, not discounted yet. So if you're ready now, you wanna be in this neighborhood, call me. The number's on your screen because you wanna take advantage of these prices. These homes, these quick move-ins never last long once they get these big discounts on them. So call us if that's what you're interested in. They're, of course, starting new homes all the time. So even if you don't beat get to it before somebody else does on these quick move-ins, call us because they got deals all the time. So call me and I'll give you the latest update, even if it's 6 months down the road from now. But call me when you're ready. Now, on these manor homes, HOA fees. They're a little bit higher because they're bigger yards. So you got a little bit more lawn to maintain, you got a little bit more shrubs and trees and that stuff. So a little bit higher fees, but not crazy higher. $363 is the current fees while the amenities are not done. Once the amenities are finished, it's $621 a month. Now that also does include the food and beverage minimum. I included that in the other one too. So just to jump back to that, your actual fees are $545 on the executive, and then average is $62.50 a month at the restaurant. And same on the manors, $559 a month is what your HOA fees are going to be, and then you have $750 a year restaurant minimum as well, which comes out to $62.50 a month. So total all in $621 a month is what you're paying once you factor in the restaurant minimums. So $559, what did I say? $545. Once all these amenities are done, that's crazy. And you've got built-in restaurant and bar there. Let me tell you, we will eat more than $62.50 a month at the restaurant, and you will too. Surprisingly, these restaurants, actually, Lennar does a really good job with these. Their restaurants are always good. I mean, I've been years later down the road and still great food, good service. They do a good job in the restaurants. So go and enjoy it. Use your spend once they open up. So that's what you're looking at for fees. Now, taxes, insurance on these things. Taxes are going to run in the ballpark of about a little less than 1.5% typically of the price of the home, probably 1.3, 1.4%. So just kind of use that as a ballpark. And yes, that does include the CDD, the Babcock Ranch Community Development District. That's included in that 1.4, 1.5% tax rate. So you don't need to add that on top of it. It's already in there when you're using my estimated taxes. Now, homeowners insurance, it's going to vary wildly depending on the home. So if you're buying the Alexander, the smallest executive home that they've got, and not doing a pool or anything, your insurance is going to be drastically cheaper than if you do a Washingtonia with a pool. So keep that in mind. But Alexander, no pool, you're talking somewhere between probably $1,500 and $1,800 a year for homeowners insurance. And for a Washingtonia with a pool, you're probably talking closer to like $4,000 a year, maybe $4,500 a year. So that's what you're looking at. It's a pretty big range, yes, I know, but figure somewhere in there is what you're going to pay. Pools add a lot to the cost of insurance. A 2-story adds a lot to the cost of insurance. So if your goal is to minimize insurance costs, no pool. Do you really need one? I don't know. I mean, obviously they're building a lot of quick move-ins with them. That tells me that a lot of people that are coming in and buying unbuilt, unstarted, they're all asking for pools. So a lot of people want the pool. But if budget's key, go no pool. You got these crazy amenities that you're going to have, all the pools available, water park, all that good stuff. You're going to have that to use. Go use that. You're paying for it. And then that'll keep your taxes and your insurance low by going single story if you can get away with it. Now, if you got a big family, you need the extra space, then you're going to buy the 2-story. But if you can go 1 story and go no pool, you're going to get in, your purchase prices are going to be cheaper, and your taxes and insurance are going to be cheaper. So, any questions, call us, hit us up, drop them in the comments. You can call, you can text, numbers on the screen. Let us know how we can help.